Welcome back to the Dota 2 Asian Championship powered by the Score Esports. We've seen what I think we agreed to be the best game of the year so far. We're just in February, but that was pretty impressive.
I don't know if there was a better game last year either. I feel like it was that good. It had everything.
It had everything.
That game really had everything.
I think it's the best game for a couple of years.
What's it?
Probably.
I mean, I'm trying to think about Epic Games, and I remember the 4Rapiers Xbox boss game.
No, or the Alliance versus Navi TI3 finals. The last game.
Finals were
Well, that was 2 years ago already.
Yeah.
We're getting.
I feel like it's on that tier though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That was
It's a list of impossible games to be won. Something like that.
Yeah. Speaking of impossible, I don't actually have the stats right here, but I remember this. About a year ago, we were checking how many times a team with Mega Creeps turns it around. So last year, it was on the 0.1 percentile. So out of like 1,000 games that get to Mega Creeps, about between 1 and 9 were turned around. So it's an extremely low. Has this happened before? Yes, it has happened before. I do remember, but in a very different circumstances. And to be fair, this is a very rare occurrence. And Vici Gaming has to have their morale on the roof right now.
I think it's the first time in a LAN tournament
Yeah,
that I can remember.
Has that ever happened in an official like?
In a competitive, yes, but
okay.
I'm not sure if in a LAN tournament that is actually.
And especially not between this caliber of teams, because what usually happens is the team, when you play on this level, when you have Mega Creeps, like, these teams are good at exploiting a 5k gold lead, right?
Yes.
Mega Creep lead is insane, but as a matter of fact, they didn't have the gold lead, but still, I would easily trade 10,000 gold for Mega Creeps.
Most of the time, what happens is a team pushes, get Mega Creeps, gets team wide without buyback. The opponent goes for a push.
Yeah.
And just wins, like, on the fact that the other team, even though they got Mega Creeps, they didn't have any buybacks left.
Well, what was it they did? They 5-on-7'd Secret in their own base.
Yes.
There were 2 buybacks, I think. Chen had buyback and... Was it
Tiny?
Oh, Tiny had to buy back before the fight started. So 5-on-6.
It was,
but 2 chances, like, whatever.
It was pretty impressive by Vici Game. Okay, great. Let me know.
In 8,500 games.
8,500 games.
From 6.79 onward, teams have come back from Mega Creeps 13 times.
13 times. So I was correct. It's like, can you do the division?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
So it is between like around the 0.1 percentile.
0.00. Let's see.
It's less than.
Yeah, it's less than 0.1.
0.15%.
0.15.
0.15%. Yeah.
13 out of 85. Wow.
That's sick.
That is pretty sick. 15 out of 1,000. No, wait.
15 out of 8.3 thousand.
Yes.
That's 1.5 per mil.
Oh, yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
I'm looking at
That.
Pretty impressive.
And that's only one thing about that game, right? There were so
Yes.
many other things that were amazing.
Fenrir carry, dude.
Yeah.
Fenrir carry that
Yeah.
mid-game.
Mjolnir Witch Doctor.
Mjolnir, which that's the other thing. Normally when you see a team hold up against Mega Creeps, you see Medusas, you see Gyrocopters, you see heroes that...
They have 2 Vlads as well. Push 2 lanes.
That is good.
Yeah.
But the main defender of the Mega Creeps was Fenrir with a Witch Doctor. That is so unusual,
He was
isn't it?
healing the creeps, bouncing the cars and everything.
And actually, he also was pushing against, like, he had Mega Creeps pushing against him that had the Chen Creep going with the Golem, which makes them 15% tankier. And 15% on a normal creep, it's like 100 HP. But how much HP does a Mega Creep have? It's over 1,000.
More than 1,000, probably.
At that point in the game. What is it? The Mega Creeps don't scale, right? They have predefined stats. They are as... If the game goes longer than X hours, the regular creeps are as strong as Mega Creeps. They're like regular creeps level 99 in Dota 1, I would say, or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't remember how it goes, but
I can't remember. I think they have more than 1,000 at least.
So potentially, if the game goes super late, losing Raxes make the enemy script weaker?
No, they would be... Wait a second. What
Because if normal creeps scale and Mega Creeps don't scale, what you're saying is
normal creeps stop scaling when they're on the level of Mega Creeps.
Oh, okay.
That's like the limit of creeps, I think.
Mega Melee Creeps have 1270.
1270 health.
Okay, 1270, 1250. We're talking about an extra 170 HP, something like that, which is an extra...
One Mjolnir proc.
It's 1 million... yeah, if you're lucky, but it's an extra hit for most of the heroes. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, how do you think Secret is going to be effective? When we talk about, for example, Cloud9, IG, we say these are emotional teams. Secret seems to be the opposite of that. Seems to be a very collected team. Do you think they will be affected by this loss?
I don't think they had that many misplays towards the end. It's not like they just mega through one fight.
It's probably more of VG misplaying more, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the point where they gave Secret a chance to come back into a game where they probably needed to wait a longer time before their lineup actually became as strong as it would be. So I would say Secret has a lot less misplays that game compared to VG.
They were pushing up mid. Super got shackled and then just died. You know,
Yeah.
that halted a lot of their momentum.
I want to
It was-
point out how good of a counter was the Axe Windrunner against the Bristleback.
Yep.
Because many times in the game, Secret strategy was Axe blinks, calls the Bristle, focus fire from the Windrunner from the front on the Bristleback. The Bristleback, no matter how tanky he was, he just died before the call was over.
Well, he also had no armor.
Yeah,
items.
he didn't
So
buy
the-
any armor items
Yeah,
at
and
all. So
Vanguard, MKB.
Vanguard is pretty good against focus fire, though, right? I mean,
yeah, but it was
if you
late
do the
game.
math, but it was
First,
still the Maelstrom doing
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
majority of the damage. So.
So yeah, in any case, do you think any of the two teams will choose to ban something from the other according to what they saw in this match, or do you say, well, this match was kind of a fluke, once in a lifetime kind of thing, and let's not focus about what happened?
I think if you're Secret, if you want to ban one of the heroes of that game, you ban the Tide. I think he put their whole lineup together, and
Yeah,
especially
I
if you
think
want to
so.
go for the IO in the second phase, which is what they did. Tide was picked after. Yeah, he was, because the first phase was
Shadow Fiend.
Shadowfiend Witch Doctor. So if they would have banned out the Tide and grabbed the Wisp, it would have been a totally different game. Ice pretty much kept that game alive for I don't know how long. And
I think Fenrir did too.
I
He
think-
did as well,
Yeah,
that's
the
true.
Witch Doctor.
it's not that black and white, right? Because they obviously did it a lot together. But the thing about the overall strategy for Secret was they really wanted to initiate into team fights, but they can't do it against the Tide so easily. So what they tried to do was you saw a couple of situations where they tried to pick off Ice, and it's actually, there's a fight at the top tier 2 tower, if you guys remember, where they managed to kill him before the fight even starts. He ravages, Shivas, and dies, and they mech Hand of God, and no one has taken damage. And then they still lose the fight, because just the time it takes to take the Tide out, Sand King gets in position, gets an Epicenter Burrow Strike on 2 heroes.
I remember
They
that.
follow through with Shadow Fiend,
Yeah.
and they manage to win the fight. So if that's not a Tide, the game takes a different turn because of how Secret can choose to initiate their fights around the map. There's always in the back of their heads, whenever Tide is missing, what can you get away with?
Do you
It's extremely
remember
difficult.
their first relocate at middle?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
that
why
too.
they were like, okay, we probably shouldn't do
Yeah.
that anymore.
Was that the one where Axe got the blink dagger cancel and he couldn't call?
Yes. Tier 1
and-
tower.
And
Yeah,
they,
Tier
they,
1
relo-
tower,
they
yeah.
relocated in. They got blown up by the Ravage and the Shadow Fiend.
Yes, exactly. That's one of the things as well. It's that was probably wow. There were 16 buybacks in the game. It's a lot. Do you have a stat on how many buybacks per game?
He said average 3.6.
3.6 this tournament. This is 16. 5 times as many buybacks.
One last
Small
question from me for this game.
Sure.
Do you guys think it would have been better for IO to think big and go for BKB instead of Ghost Scepter?
We were talking about
Yeah,
that.
that-
I
that
said
was-
Ghost. He said
That was what
BKB.
I was probably thinking during the game, but realistically, what
can't
could
farm
what
that
could
much.
he have actually finished? Like Ghost Scepter would probably mean he had like no goal at that point when we were actually discussing, and I felt that probably what Ben said, it will probably be more realistic that the Wiz actually finishes the Ghost Scepter instead of the BKB, but the game, who knows, the game would have gone so long.
Yeah, I think he would have eventually had the gold for it. But
Yeah.
the question
Yeah.
was how much the Ghost Scepter did.
Well, he also went Vlad's too, which is
Mm.
really good with the
Ghost
timing.
Scepter plus Blats.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good build for the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of things. Windrunner didn't have blink the entire game.
Yeah,
what
but
do you think about that?
we thought it wouldn't have helped.
Yeah, but at the
too
later
much.
game, she could have escaped a few times that she
Yeah.
ended up dying. So it wouldn't have helped like 20 to 45. But
yeah,
you,
but
you can't predict
she
it.
needed every single item that she
Yeah.
had actually. So
Okay, guys. We're gonna go into game 2 right now, which the draft has just started.
Yes.
Let's see what these teams have for us in advance. Team Secret bans the bench again, and there's a surprise ban, which is the Medusa, the other serpent lady.
And this is where we will see what hero Secret have most faith in. Is it the Lycan or is it the
Well,
Chen?
they can't pick Lycan with the Axe still in the pool.
Yeah.
They
This-
won't,
This is
rather.
pretty good. If they get the Lycan, Vici will respond with X and an optional Chen. Have they even played that this tournament?
I can
no,
tell you.
they don't
I-
play.
I don't think they
VG
play.
Gaming is
don't
not-
play jungle heroes now. They don't pick jungle heroes.
Yes, that is correct.
If they pick Enigma, it's off lane.
Well, they pick Sinking.
I
Yeah,
mean, Sand King
it's
is
like a
not
hybrid.
really
Yeah.
hybrid. Yeah, doesn't really jungle all the time.
I think this is a tough situation for Secret because they know if they grab the Lycan, the X will come out for probably Ice.
And if they don't, they can just pick Lycan and Axe.
Maybe
Yeah, they
open
wanted
with
to.
Chen again. I guess Vici will
Still-
probably do Sand King, like what they did.
They can ban Sinking, though. They pick
No.
Sinking last.
Oh, I'm
Nice.
sorry. Vici Gaming played the Chen against Hyperglory team. It was a Chen Terrorblade Shadow Fiend game.
Okay, so it did play it once.
once.
Was
Was it in the
that's
qualifiers or the group?
That was a group stage.
Okay.
Also, what do you think about Refresher X that game?
I think it was really
in
good.
In theory, I think it worked. It was pretty good, but it never actually yielded like a guaranteed kill on people.
Disable? Just a disable?
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. If you refresh Blink, even if it's on cooldown from taking damage, that
Yes.
is removed, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is
So in
correct.
theory, what Axe can do is he can blink call someone. They focus him down. He just runs away for like half a second just to get out of attacks. He refreshes and blinks and then calls again.
Yep.
He has double BKB, double Yules, double blink, double Force Staff.
Double tranquils. They
Double-
also get, they
double
also get
Tranquils.
refreshed.
Woo, value. Yeah, I think.
Sick.
I don't know what else would he have got.
He could have gotten Halberd. He could have gotten Ghost Scepter. He could have gotten.
Do you think Ghost would have mattered?
No, I actually think
Halberd would have been.
I
nice.
think Refresher was the top 3 best item he could have got. That would actually potentially change the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It didn't seem to change the game though.
I mean,
is
he
what-
got a few very big calls like the refresh and call
Mhm.
into the tide, and but he still was too tanky. So, but I mean, the idea was there that if you put yourself in a position, if you are the X, what item could you possibly get that would actually change the game? You needed to
Did
hit.
anyone have a Mjolnir in Secrets?
No,
Side?
they had Maelstrom on Windrunner.
Yeah,
May-
Maelstrom on
maybe a
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir just for the procs of the
Yeah,
lightning
but
would have
the
been.
biggest thing was they needed a disable that actually put the BKB heroes
Right.
to a good position so that they could finish off with the Windrunner.
he could have got a Hex.
He
actually.
could have got it. That's actually
Yeah, but why would you get a Hex is 3 seconds and Berserker's call is 3 seconds that
Yeah.
goes through BKB?
Mhm.
and
Shorter
AoE.
cooldown.
Yeah, Refresher is, I think it's the
Refresh
probably
like,
the best item already that he could have gotten.
it's like
Okay.
you go big one fight, but then you have long. I don't know.
Vici Gaming picks the Lycan into the Axe. So knowing that they actually have a specific weakness against this hero, they decide to go for it. They also get the Lion, which, as I said before, the first game they're 7-0 with the Lion in this tournament, doing very, very well.
Have they lost with Lycan?
I can tell you.
I feel like that's Black's best hero, actually.
I can tell
So that's a really big strength
you,
for Vici
You
Gaming to
don't
grab
think
that
his
from.
Terrorblade is his best hero?
I thought his Invoker was sick.
Yeah, Invoker as well.
I think.
Like,
I don't
top
know.
3,
Top
maybe?
3.
Yeah, I guess that's the top
Wait.
3, and then you can like
Okay.
order them in.
Anti-Mage?
I want to say
Yeah.
Vici Gaming hasn't played Lycan this tournament.
They haven't played Lycan at all. It's been banned against them maybe every game almost. Cause
I want to confirm right now, but yes, that is correct. They haven't played Lycan at all this tournament.
well, I don't know. I feel like those heroes we're talking about for Black, it's like it's on such a high level that it's
I-
hard to
I-
distinguish which one
I
is
probably
he plays
think
better.
Lycan is one of the few heroes that might actually need more team play from him. Like, he needs to work with his team more. And usually they give him a carry that, he can actually do stuff by himself. Like, you can argue Lycan can split push himself sometimes, but that's the axe though. So there's always a danger in this game. And Vici Gaming, they like to play a lot of 5-man type of heroes, and Lycan requires a lot of like team play with the with your team, basically.
Well,
how to move.
they gave him Shadowfiend last game. I also think that's. I don't know if that's the easiest either. By the way, he didn't get Yules. What a game! No
Yeah.
Yules Shadowfiend brings back memories
Yules.
of before this event.
It's just Yules is such a good item right now with Shadowfiend. If you have Yules Blink, the potential of doing about 2k damage is...
Would that have been good that game though?
Maybe
it's too many BKBs.
even if it wouldn't be good, it would definitely be better than SNY.
I was thinking
Yes.
the same thing. I would have agreed with that. That's what I was thinking.
Gives you the movement speed anyways, right?
Yeah.
He
Team
did want to go fast.
Team Secret probably want to ban against Ice 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 right now. The Tide Hunter ban is a big question. If they don't do it now, do you think Vici Gaming can pick it against Axe? Oh, well, there it goes.
I like how Vici take no chances and just ban out Brood. Even though
Yeah.
traditionally Zai plays the Axe, they could still Brood, and
Yeah.
it's just too risky. You can't.
Against those two
and
heroes.
you don't want your
particularly.
Lycan lane to go up against the Brute early on. It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah, that is correct.
It gives Secret a lot of options if they get the Brood. They have played S4 on the Axe, and if you have two heroes that beat Lycan in lane, your flexibility in the draft just opens up. So I think it's a really good choice.
Okay, what do you think is left for Ice Ice Ice? He was the key hero last game. Right now,
There's
he doesn't
still
have the
Timber.
Phoenix. There's still Timber, which is good against Axe.
Oh, they're gonna
This is going super
instantly
quick.
snipe
This
the
is
core.
like they are fighting over the same heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Does Super play Lycan?
No, no one has played Lycan this
he will-
tournament.
No,
he
I mean,
will-
does he play it in general?
he will
when
play
they
the
pick it?
Quab and Black will play Lycan.
Yeah, because
I
I was
think-
wondering if they had the flexibility of swapping it around. Because I think Black actually likes to play Queen of Pain, and that he can play it pretty
Okay,
well.
he's your
But
teammate. You should know better.
Yeah, well,
Ex-teammate.
I don't know if he's played it for Vici Gaming at all, actually. But
There was a Queen of Pain game this tournament. Super played it.
Super played it.
It was 7-2-8. Black had a Drow Ranger that
Yeah.
game.
So we're probably pretty much set on Vici Gaming who
I-
plays what, but not necessarily the laning. Black can play the Lycan mid, and they can
Yeah.
safe lane the Quap, which
I'm thinking if they want to get a replacement for the Phoenix and Tide, Enigma offlane would be something which they usually give ISSI a team fight hero on the offlane. So the next thing that comes to my mind after Phoenix and Tide will be Enigma. That's the few heroes that he played recently in some clock games, but it isn't too many. And he doesn't play Prophet as much anymore. So I would think that Enigma is a viable replacement of the two.
Yeah, Clock and Lycan is a weird pairing that can work, but you're kind of dependent on opening up the cogs if you want Lycan to follow through. And
Yeah.
knocking the enemy team back is not necessarily a good thing when you block Lycan off as well. So I would disagree with the Clock pick so far. He's also not that good against Secrets heroes already.
Yeah, probably Enigma gives you a pushing power as well.
Yep.
That's the few heroes that he actually played. So I'm not sure what they want for him. A Puck offlane, I don't think I've actually seen them do it, even though it goes well with Lycan.
That is really good though. The Puck pick here has so good synergy with the rest of the heroes. I like that more than the Enigma, especially now there's a Rubik who can steal Black Hole.
Yeah, it's just that they never really use it. Apart, I think the only team that used it was like Universe, EG. They played Puck offlane.
Secret too. On
Okay.
Zai.
Yeah, and Secret.
Well, a lot of the CIS teams. But
And Vici Gaming are Radiant, and I still stand by that the Radiant has a better offlane by quite a bit. For a hero like Puck especially, it's really useful.
Black hasn't played neither the Lycan nor the Queen of Pain in 683 onwards at all.
Oh wow. So the Lycan...
Oh,
they haven't
I
played
know
Lycan
who's the
for a while.
Lycan player. Now I realize. Ice probably is the Lycan player.
Exercise offlane Lycan? This game?
No, probably
No.
not offlane. They just switched their roles. Or maybe I've seen him because in the earlier Vici Gaming lineup, he would sometimes you would see Black sometimes not play the Terrorblade when they have it. They would put Ice on Terrorblade and Black on another hero. Like micro heroes are usually okay. This is his hero. Okay, sure, this is his hero.
Okay.
So Black would play Lycan, and that would be the first Lycan game for him.
I'm really excited for this because I feel like Darkseer has just not been played that well in
Iron
this
Shell.
tournament.
Iron
know-
Shell on the Wolves. No.
Here's the thing. Darkseer, again, one of those heroes like Sven that when you think about it a little bit, it makes a lot of sense with this metagame. You have so many right-click damage dealers that if you get a good wall and you can still, let's say, a Tiny, you steal a Shadow Fin, there's a lot of damage coming your way. And even against an Axe, it's great because the Illusion gets the
spin.
the spins. Spin to win.
The one more thing about Darkseer is like, why did actually Darkseer phase out of the meta?
Because of vacuum cooldown.
No, no, it was because of mostly teams are using 3 heroes on the safe lane. He doesn't do well against 3 heroes, but now Secret has at most 2 heroes in the lane. So probably Darkseer would be a very huge nuisance during the laning phase.
Yeah.
And he's one of the few melee heroes that can farm against Axe without ever getting in call range, which is a huge advantage. The only risk is that he gets lifted by Rubik and tossed into the Berserker's Call.
Yeah.
But you can play around that if you play it very safe. And
So
I really like that you pointed out the Iron Shell and Wolves, because it sounds gimmicky,
Yes.
but I am sure a team like
No,
Vici Gaming
man.
will
Hey,
do that.
have you
I am
ever-
so sure they're going to
tell
do
me you
that.
never played Darkseer
It's
Ricky in your
legit.
pubs?
it's legit.
Of
so good.
course, but it's the good old pub strat of like Darkseer Bounty Hunter. But with
Yeah.
the Wolves, it's actually really legit when you use Shapeshift, because they're so fast, you can't outrun them anyway. And what he can basically do is he can Iron Shell the 2 Wolves, and they can run into Rubik. And Rubik's
The
out of the
Rub-
fight. He has no counter. He can't
The
do anything.
Rubik, it will be yelling
as long as it doesn't get
the
called.
whole game. The
They
Rubik
don't,
will be
as long
yelling
as they
the
don't
whole
get
game.
called. They actually have nothing to kill the Wolves with, apart from Berserker's Call right now.
They need a very big carry on RTZ and something probably that he hasn't played the whole tournament. What is actually left? He played mostly Lycan, Shadowfin.
How do you feel about the Naga Siren in this secret line?
Oh, yeah, that would actually be quite a good choice here. Naga or something that... they basically need something that carries the whole team, the whole game.
Yeah.
Very heavy carry like a Naga.
We need a new hero for our TZ, actually, because they have Lycan picked, Shadowfiend banned. They will not pick Tiny without IO in this game, I'm almost certain. And they've banned out Razor. Wait, okay.
Support
You
ban-
talked about this,
Chen.
Bruno,
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes.
When are we
Yes.
going to see a bounty hunter running after Chen in the jungle?
This
Yes.
is not even a bounty hunter running against a Chen. Darkseer off lane. Bounty hunter runs in with the eye.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They're
Bounty
actually
hunter
going
against-
full pub strat
Oh,
in
yeah.
this game.
Yeah, it is a combo. No, but really,
Jesus.
like as you say, just the ability to just mess up with a Chen so bad, because a bounty hunter, he essentially with a couple clarities has managed to be permanently invisible in the jungle. He's gonna follow the Chen, he's gonna take his last hits, because once you get a point in Jinada, it's going to be very easy. You're gonna just be very, very annoying. You're gonna steal the experience. And the last, and Arteezy's hero is going to be Bristleback. I'm digging this VG Gaming's lineup.
A first time for him.
This tournament, yes.
I think this is going to be the
Pretty
hardest game for Secret based on draft we've seen.
Lineup wise, is actually they don't have a very super strong character. I mean, Bristleback would.
It's black on Quap, unless they swap, but it might just be a mind game here.
So, does it mean black would go safe lane and they would actually rotate supports very I mean, that would be an option, yeah. They put black on safe lane.
They should.
I want to point out Arteezy's heroes in 683. Lycan 6 times, Shadowfiend 9 times, Tiny 2 times, Razor 1 time.
Bristol 1 time.
Now Bristle 1 time.
10 seconds remaining.
So there's before we pass it over to the casters, just want to mention how difficult it's going to be for Rubik Chen. So the reason Bounty Hunter is really good is when he can run after Chen, he will often struggle if the secondary support is one that can shut him down. Like off the top of my head, a hero that's never picked right now, but something like a Venomancer or a Shadow Demon, anything that catches Skywrath Mage. Yeah. But Rubik has nothing on level 1. So this Bounty Hunter will probably have free access. They can't stop him at all in the beginning.
Just basically a very good bounty game.
Yeah, it's great pick for Vici Gaming to see the opening there. This game is going to be amazing.
Yes.
Who do you favor?
I think Vici's lineup is a little bit better. Secret, it's just what they've been going for the entire time.
They
a little bit different for, I guess,
exploited their weakness.
Yeah.
Winter, what do we have to look out for in this game?
Just the main thing for Vici is how successful the Bounty Hunter will be. I just imagine the Bounty will just get a lot done. So that's about it.
Excellent. Having said that, we're going to go to the casters. Lumi, LD, this is all yours. Take it away.
All right, guys, welcome into Game 2. Vici Gaming leading this best of 3, 1-0, and already FY with that Ion Shell. Classic pub tactics for your Bounty Hunter Darkseer duo. Getting things done. They'll drop down their first ward here, looking to block that medium camp. We want to introduce the teams, but first, got to make sure nobody dies.
LD, let's be real. If
Vici Gaming will retreat out.
If this was a pub game, nobody left the base yet. Still buying their items in the fountain.
Still raging that you have this Bounty Hunter pick.
Where's my chicken?
So, Lumi, the first thing I want to do when we introduce these teams is it's actually something different. Super is the one on the Lycan. Yep. It normally is not a superhero by any stretch, and it will, in fact, be Black playing the Queen of Pain. You know, you look back to some of his old teams like Mouse Sports, he was never really allowed by the team to play anything except for kind of standard hard carries. But Vici Gaming have time and again allowed Black to test his hand at something different.
Well, somebody got to lift that team, right? Because it was Bambo and Sing Sing. And it was, like, really heavy.
Well, even the later incarnations of Mouse Sports as well. But this is definitely something different. So with that, we'll run through Team Vici Gaming. FY on that Bounty Hunter support, looking to harass the Chen. Ice playing your off-lane Darkseer. Super gonna be on the solo mid Lycanthrope. It's Black playing the Queen of Pain safe lane. And it leaves Fenrir on the support Lion.
Yeah, so I guess before we introduce the Secret team, one thing I do want to just get out there, get off my chest, is that I feel that when you play Bounty support, one of the biggest weakness of this hero is that he doesn't do anything when there's a 5-man push coming your way. Yeah, sure, you could track people and give vision to your team, but when there's Chen creeps on your tower and there's like Puck threatening to coil you and there's like a Bristleback beating on your T1 and T2s, you don't want a Bounty Hunter there. So I think Vici's early game has to go extremely well, because if it comes down to Vici defending
Fenrir, this could be our first blood.
Oh
He's
my
getting
God,
pursued out. The Spin Lord is real with Zai.
He needs to reproc a Juke to the south.
Juke.
Okay,
Black, don't block
fine.
him. Don't block him.
Fine.
That's close, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's introduce Secret. You've got Arteezy going mid as your Bristleback. In the offlane will be Zai, cutting the wave as the Axe. And supporting him will be Puppey, who's tried to go offensive jungle. It's hard to get in here. He's going to be playing your Chen. They might actually make a go now on Zai with the Orb of Venom, so this could be enough to get the kill. Zai spinning, but not winning just yet. Everybody kiting him beautifully. They'll get the kill. So rounding out our Secret introductions, we've got Kuroki playing that safe lane support Rubik, and it leaves S4 on the Puck. And Lumi, this Darkseer is just styling all over Secret, running down 2 heroes simultaneously. Creep chasing after Kuroki with Ion Shell, and S4 really struggling here. He's not getting a ton of CS, but he is really chewing through the regen.
Yeah, the reason that Chen is playing the way he is, as Chen actually got the rune, is because there is a threat of a Bounty Hunter, right? You could be jungling, but you can't play it like last game because your experience will get cut in half. FY is going to get a couple of last as a result. That kill also was absolutely huge for FY because it propels him to that level 2. When you have the Orb of Venom and your Janata slow, you could actually just kill people.
You can just man up a Puppey. Even with a Chen creep, it's still going to be fairly difficult. He's got 6 armor.
Yep.
And he's going to be here following Puppey around. He's running a bit low on mana, though, so we may see FY have to make a pit stop back to the base fairly soon. Puppey's like, oh, hello. This is not what I was hoping to see. No. He tried to dodge away from the bounty hunter.
FY is the one that's saying hello.
The big thing, like, he goes into the Radiant jungle. Part of that is that his jungle was warded off, but the other part is just he really wants to just dodge FY as much as possible. But FY's just been one step ahead of Puppey, or at least close behind him, if nothing else. And as a result, Puppey's Chen at this stage of the game often level 3, level 4 if he's having a good time. He's level 1. And yeah, Bounty Hunter is also level 1, but if you'd rather have the Chen being level 4 if you're Team Secret, even if that means the Bounty Hunter is more level.
Oh, he might actually die here, and in fact he will. But
Bounty Hunter's coming. He's got Howl damage as well. He's got the Orb of Venom. He's swinging the wrong direction, though. The Secret heading back to the woods. Oh, he wants to buy a TP scroll, it looks like.
I thought he would have gone for the...
I thought he could have gone for the
Kuro.
Rubik there. The lift was on cooldown. He has the Orb of Venom slow, but actually Kuro does have the boot, so not really a possible kill, as it turns out.
Yeah, one thing small to point out was that the courier never actually left the base until 3 minutes, and they upgraded immediately, because against a bounty hunter, you got to do that, or your courier's just going to get sniped.
They're hoping that they jump on Ice 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 here. If they do...
Oh, is Super going to die here on the mid lane? Solo kill by Arteezy.
Ice 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 going in top. Meanwhile, they're trying to engage onto Kuroki, bringing him low. Ice 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 may fall here again. The Ion Shell will burn down one. Now backing off for Puppey. Can FY get this kill too?
Oh,
the support Bounty Hunter getting out of control. He'll get another kill. 3-3 or score. But getting the Lycan kill mid, that is gigantic for Team Secret. I think far bigger than any of these other kills so far.
Rule number 1, never lose mid without getting a gank. That's what Blitz has told me as a 7K caster. And apparently...
Well, I mean, I'll believe what he said because that's, not common sense or anything. Since he's 7K. It's not going to get caught out here. VG will jump in bottom lane, trying to finish off the Axe. They kite him pretty well. They get the kill. It cost them their support Lion, but taking down that offlaner, and mid lane now abandoned as Super goes to the jungle. Your Bristleback gonna start pressuring Black, and this is not really something that Black can easily lane against. Already 1,300 gold out on Arteezy.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Bristleback's not one of those heroes that you get an early goal lead, and then you just, snowball, right?
Top lane, more engagements coming out. They hex up S4. Do they actually chase
different heroes, though, so...
Yeah, a little bit uncoordinated from Vici Gaming.
Yeah. But this is kind of what you want from a kind of off-lane Darkseer, right? You don't necessarily expect a ton of farm, although he is getting a decent amount. Black, gotta blink away. He has it available. Everybody was saying, can Arteezy actually play this hero? He's playing it very well.
He is. He's a very versatile player. Anyone who says Arteezy can only play a few heroes, do not see him in NEL. I mean, he can play the tempo controllers too. His puck is magnificent, but they just feel like he's the most solid one-position player on the team. So you have S4, you have Zai. Frankly, all three of these to me are fairly interchangeable and probably could play any of the roles if need be. They're a very versatile squad, and we'll have a pause here from
Kala.
Super.
Is that what's happening?
Kala?
Kala.
A quick Kala. Very quick. But Puppey's still level 2. To me, that's the big thing to keep an eye on for Secret, is this is just a very underfarmed Chen. He's sitting behind Zai for now. The stomp comes out well placed by Puppey, and Super thinks about going for it. He's going to bait out the call. Now he can kill Puppey. Nicely done. He munches him down. Does he even go back for Zai? I don't think you want to go on this Axe with Tranquil Boots.
Oh my god.
The moves by Super, man.
Watching Super kind of juke in and out, it's like a shooting guard going into a center and breaking angle for days, and he gets a double damage. Nice. And that's going to free up Black a little bit on the bottom lane, because Arteezy, he's playing this Bristleback like a tempo controller, right? Imagine this is a puck. He's just solo killing mid, ganking bottom, but he's doing it as a Bristle, which is just impressive in his own right.
He is being pressured fairly heavily, Black. He'll be forced back now, has the magic stick, Blink is available, and he's going to be forced to use it after this next cool spray. Arteezy continued to chase.
Yeah, I wonder why he's not using it just at the early, because he's just taking a lot of extra damage.
Exactly. It's a little unusual. Maybe expecting a teammate to TP in.
Look at Kuro just getting owned by a wolf up top.
That's another thing that we did not... I don't think the analyst panel had a chance to talk about.
Oh, no. That's the first thing that Winter mentioned.
Okay. I thought he mentioned the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the double invis Ion Shell shenanigans. Very irritating. There's a Sentry Ward here for the Dire, but there's actually no Observer Wards. They don't even know FY's coming, and end of the day, Secret have a lot of squishy backliners. The Puck, the Rubik, the Chen. These heroes can easily be punished by Ion Shell. Their tankier heroes, not so much. Coil top lane onto Ice Ice Ice, trying to focus him down, but Vacuum actually, I believe, whiffing. Doesn't matter. Still get the kill with the Ion Shell creep. Man, Secret, as the analyst panel discussed, they don't have good late game. To be honest, with a really fat Bristle, I'd say it's okay. It's definitely not great. Arteezy is having a good time, but Puppey is level 3 at 7.5 minutes. I would say on average now, he's anywhere between level 6 and 8, depending on how much he's pressuring mid.
Top lane here, Wolves harassing a Karuki. He lost half his health. And here comes FY, the surge forward, Janata plus Orb of Venom. There's a lift and toss back. Nice toss here, but I'm not sure whether that's enough. Nice vacuum backwards. That's a level 1
S4 doesn't have coil, unfortunately. There's a stick charge for Ice Ice Ice. He'll have the Soul Ring soon. He can surge out now. And he will do so. S4 trying to pursue. Zai does pop the dust. They knew FY was probably waiting to cancel any sort of initiation there. And he will pay with his life, but they get their Darkseer out safely. A nice counter kill for Secret.
Oh my god, these Wolves.
This harassment is just unreal. He tries to finish off Ice Ice Ice. He can't do it though. That Darkseer, too much armor. Juki out through the tree line. It's probably cost him his life. Call again. No, he cancels the call this time. He's being very patient with his eye, but if he doesn't get these Wolves, S4's going to go down as well. Finally, the call comes out. S4 almost dead. The coil up in 8 seconds. The Wolves, they're just destroying S4. They dunk the Wolves. They might kill Super as well. He will get the kill, but it ends up costing him his life.
What a smart play from Zai.
That dunk.
Yeah, normally players are like, oh, I can only dunk heroes. No, you can dunk creeps too. Oh, he's going to get this boot jacked? You know how to actually steal boots from people that are standing and doing that, or runes, right? You scroll your mouse button up so your hero like angles down, and you can actually click between heroes' legs. It's really next level.
You're up against the bounty hunter. Honestly, you really can't afford to be dropping them in the woods.
I think that's exactly what FY is waiting for. Like, can I actually snipe?
A lesson that you learn at some point in a pub game. At some point, you play against that offlane Riki or the support or offlane bounty hunter. And
I actually got my boots stolen twice in a game. It was literally
well, that's how you learn, Lumi.
The saddest game ever.
Zai can clear these stacks without dropping into the critical threshold. Fenrir is going to smoke, though. They have Finger of Death. Haste Room picked up. Does Dire team have vision of this ward? They don't. Oh, this is a big kill. Zai, battle hungry in the creep. If he does stick around a bit longer, no, he'll back off.
I wonder if pros would one day learn how much experience each creep gives you. So if you kill a creep and you see that you only get half of it, you know bounties nearby.
It's just there's so much else to think about, right? Courier is being hunted right now.
Oh no, Arteezy getting ganked from all sides here. Finger being dropped out, Impale to follow things up, and the Iron Wolf creep. That's a 4-man gank if you count the Iron Shell right here. And Black's in here.
And that's the most farm here on the team. By the way, they're going to have track fairly soon. This bounty hunter is about to hit level 5. Roaming and supporting. He's even with the Chen. That is so bad for Secret. I mean, the one thing is, like, going back to your point about experience, it's something you can tell early on. Like, if your first camper 2 is being leeched, you generally know. But later on in the game, you have to actually look at the numbers, which that's where it's just a lot of other things you have to worry about.
Immediate D ward. Actually, that Sentry ward's been there a while. They're expecting Bounty Hunter to rotate behind the T1 and T2. Immediate smoke as well.
Bottom tower being pressured here by S4. Deny going the way of Black. And he's already used the phase shift, so might be able to turn this one around. He gets silence, has 10 stick charges. No more Blink, though. S4 now Black in a bit of danger. He needs to buy a TP quickly.
He could blink the trees.
They have the puck to chase him, though. I think Black may go down here.
Oh,
but he could waste their time if he blinks right.
He needs to
Can he blink past them all? He will! Out of oh no! They steal the blink. They're gonna get the lift up. But they're just gonna split push now. Looks like they'll try to take the tower mid with like...
I'm not sure if you watched it. He stole the blink, lifted him back into a Tronet and a Centaur Stomp.
I think that's fine for Vici Gaming, though. They're taking the Tier 1 mid on the back of this.
And Tier 1 top.
And they force out the coil as well. It's not good for your co-op to die, but the trade is definitely there for Vici Gaming. Now, if they lose FY, maybe not so much.
FY.
They have more sentries for him. Wolves are here, though. Blink lift again. This free Blink Dagger for Kuroki making the difference. They make it a secondary kill.
Huge kill.
They will do so.
Yeah. But, again, top being pressured, mid being pressured.
Well, I mean, I was going to say it's a rough game for Kuroki to try and get some farm with all the pressure he's under, but hey, he doesn't need to farm a Blink Lumi. He's been given a free one.
Yeah.
Actually a bit better, so there's nothing that can cancel it.
Yeah, I still think that Kuro is probably one of the best Rubik players in the world, although...
He's on the top 3 to 5 for sure.
I mean, FY is also there.
Rubik's also just one of those heroes that... like so many of the top support players, it's like their go-to flashy hero. You look at like players like Aloha Dance, Soniko coming out of CIS, of course, FY. We've seen MMY's Rubik be sensational the past, but
March's Rubik.
KuroKy's, I think, is just the most... It's the one with the biggest track record. He's got the most professional games played on the hero. He's done a lot of work in the past. S4 getting caught top lane. As they try to TP to defend this tower, he has the coil. Is maybe going to go down. Super needs one more auto tech. He can't get it off. Has to stay out of tower range.
Maybe.
Ice is coming in, and he gets dunked. They might lose. Might lose more.
He calls the wolf, and the wolf just dies here. Ice. Well, there's no mini stun on that dunk. I'm just saying.
Secret are really outplaying Vici Gaming in these small-scale skirmishes.
Yeah, I think they're really kind of overextending based on their previous snowballing. Can't really give Secret too many kills, especially off the back of that Roshan. Something that we haven't talked about, but that's a good half level for all of these heroes.
At end of the day, they did pick a Lycan against an Axe. If the Lycan gets caught by the Secret lineup, they have so much lockdown from Blink Call, your coil from the S4 Puck, who is closing in on a Blink Dagger. This could be problematic for Vici. They have a great split pushing lineup. They're going to get track gold on soon.
Yeah.
But they are a bit vulnerable to 5-man Dota. You look at some of these heroes. Darkseer can be really good. He's level 9 already. Still really wants to get to level 11, complete the mech. Lion does not excel in those situations, especially against the Chen, who also almost has his mech for Puppey. Just needs the recipe now. Vici Gaming just have to be very careful about not giving up free kills, because a free kill this game leads to a tower.
Yeah, that could be a free kill here in front of a creep wave. Can he actually get dunked? Dust's going to get popped out. Track giving him a little bit extra movement speed, but I think he's going to get burned down by that Battle Hunger.
Yep. Nice kill. And then meanwhile, top lane. The Wolves are marching in. They're looking for Arteezy. Fenrir starts with the Impale. Wow, I don't think you go on that. He's got Aegis.
A very kind of a odd play from FY on the bottom. As a bounty hunter, your biggest goal is actually to disappear off the map. Because when Secret sees a bounty farming on the bottom lane, they know that he's not in your jungle and ganking you, so... And getting caught like that is even kind of the worst part on top of that. So Zai kind of picking up some free kills for the team.
Remarkable poise from both of these teams. We saw it last game in Game 1 where Vici Gaming are down Mega Creeps, still managed to make all the right calls to come back. And Secret, after what looked like it could have been a train wreck of a laning stage, they buckle down a bit. They have Sentry Wards in the right place. KuroKy steals Blink, sets up the kills. They take the tower bottom. It was denied. Then they walk into Roshan. They are mounting a bit of a comeback here. Gold and experience. Gold still only slightly favoring Secret. Experience, though, they've got a nice 4K experience lead. And on the back of this X Blink, the Puck Blink about to come out, they might be able to snowball this a bit further.
Iron Shell breaking out the Blink here, but Ice is going to get caught. I feel like
they're getting caught out too much.
Yeah, they're being too cute. They're like, we want to set up more Ghost or Wolf and Iron Shell gank. Those are nice, but that's not your entire game plan, right? You got to make sure that you're still taking towers and counter ganking and things like that. I felt like this game is not nearly as well played by Vici compared to the last.
It started off, it's the laning stage, that's the way to play it, right? Like, you got chaotic tower diving, spread the map, constantly be a thorn in the Chen side, pressure the Rubik in lane. I feel like they played the laning stage perfectly, but
we're past that point.
Going for those plays now that the double Blink is out is much more risky.
Yes.
And Secret are also just doing a very good job of sticking together, anticipating Vici Gaming's movements. That said, though, Lemmy, they're still pressuring a lot. And you see Black taking advantage of that. He's farming aggressively in the enemy woods. They're getting space in their own jungle for Super, who's now got 1,000 gold in the bank. They're giving up a kill or two too many, I would say, but they have Bounty Hunter. If they take those risks and they get a track kill, suddenly they'll be right back in it.
Yeah, that's definitely the silver lining. Although, if we look at item progression, like Zai's had this Blink Dagger on the off lane, who, by the way, got first blooded way before Queen of Pain has her first core item, which is the Orchid.
Super.
Obviously, the Orchid costs much more, but, you know, as a safe lane quad, you should be getting this item right about now. So, I feel that Secret has reached their kind of core items much earlier, and they're definitely capitalizing on that.
They're making it go on Ice. He walks right into the entire Chen army. Ice, please. Wall's going to get dropped. He'll be netted again as he will hold the surge, then stopped, completely chain stun and locked down.
Can he actually get the kill? Oh.
Man, he was really far out there. Fenrir was back in the jungle. Super wasn't really there in position. FY's off on his own. He goes for the Shuriken kill.
Wolves?
Hand of God comes out. He tests the face. He nukes one. He steals the other. He still gives up the track kill, but it's only to a bounty hunter. And he's going to pay with his life.
Oh, maybe? They still see him, right? The coils.
Maybe not.
Doesn't the coil have that thing? That little wiggle thing?
Yeah, but he had no more AoE at that point. He already used Orb, Ult, and Waning Rift, so...
Yeah, okay, so...
No way to kill him at that point.
This is where Vici's lineup is really on their weakest. How do you defend a push coming their way?
Well, it starts with the Darkseer, who still doesn't have his mech because he's died twice now. Ice normally the backbone of this team on the offlane, but repeated deaths costing them. I feel without the Darkseer level 11 and without the mech, they just can't do much against the 5-man aggression. Chen now has his mech, and it does go back to something that Winter, or I forget who it was, someone for the analyst panel was talking about, is that Bounty Hunter struggles quite a bit when teams start to group up.
Yeah. By the way, I think the play when this happens is you Iron Shell your Wolves, and you run it past the push, and you run it past to the next wave, and just kill it before it comes. But looks like he's trying to do something else with those Wolves.
They need to just finish the Ice mech, and just play a little more discipline, I think. When we see Vici Gaming have the most success, it's when they're setting up kills around the map with their supports. Fenrir is closing out on Blink Dagger. That's a really big item for them. And they have Track Gold. They should not feel like they're out of this game by any means. Map control, still decent for the Radiant side. They still have that tier 1 top. They still have their tier 2 in their own jungle. But another lost fight or two, and suddenly they lose Roshan control. Secret will be able to very easily take the second Rosh. They're going to go for that smoke now.
There's a fight in the river here. S4 gets Orchid, and look at the burst damage.
That's a big kill.
Did he get the track off?
Yeah, he got the track off. It was either 3 or 4 heroes getting the track gold.
That's much gold.
1,300 gold swings. That's all they need to do, just to track kill here or there. Vici Gaming will be right back at it. And if you're Secret, it's the opposite. You can't make any mistakes against the Bounty Hunter lineup.
Although you could argue that if Vici makes a mistake, Secret could take towers very quickly, right?
Yes. It's Secret who can punish mistakes by taking towers, and it's Vici who can punish them by getting huge swings of gold momentum.
So that begs the question, which side do you rather be on?
I feel like it just comes down to the timings. You know, does the Secret get their next core item on the Axe, the BKB? Bristleback's a decent sieger. I do feel Secret struggle a bit to actually break the base. Going high ground against the Darkseer, you have the potential to be giving away a big vacuum wall combo, followed up by the Queen of Pain ulti. And at that point, even if they don't die, their momentum will be completely just stopped at its tracks. So I think it's pretty close. It's just going to come down to the timing for these next big items. But end of the day, Vici Gaming angling for late game and Secret looking to end this one early, and it's just going to come down to execution. We saw Vici Gaming dominate in laning stage execution. It's been Secret heretofore dominating in the mid game, but end of the day, it's still a close one, Lumi. And I think given that it's close, I would give Vici Gaming the edge. But that can change very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that we haven't talked about too much, we've been talking about how Bounty Hunter's been very weak in terms of, you know, he doesn't do anything in a fight or push, but look at the way he's been playing right now. He's constantly behind enemy tier 2 towers, just constantly checking out things on items, maybe sniping a courier, maybe just tracking people. All of these are kind of things that doesn't show up on the scoreboard, but gives Vici Gaming a lot more information. For example, if he like catches out a smoke gank, getting a track on courier right now, like small things like that really benefits the way that Vici could play this.
Reminds me a lot of the way Cloud9 ran their Bounty Hunter at TI.
Yeah.
Where you know, where it was the Bounty Hunter was purely a map control pick. Top lane, though, they're going to go in on black here. They get the chop. Nicely done by Zai. Coil was committed, and they don't take a tower. Looks like they'll vacuum S4, though. Now getting the Hex off. They might get the counter kill. Oh, that's not worth it if this turns around. He's alive for now, but that's a 3-hero track kill going against him. Now Zai spinning on the TP out, swinging that axe in a celebration, but 3-hero track kill, Quap for Puck. Quap is a bit more of a carry this game, but you look at the gold swing, it's still 400 gold swing for Vici.
You'll take that track kill any day of the week.
That's the thing. You have to be very clean in your ganks.
Is he 11 yet, the Bounty Hunter?
No, but he's on track for a pretty timely level 11. He's still even with both of the enemy supports.
Yeah. I mean, considering the fact that he's just been roaming around and not really farming too much, he's doing extremely well.
But yeah, this Bounty Hunter, it reminds me a lot of the Cloud9 one with the Meepo at TI4, where FY off the map constantly, you mentioned that's a big factor. Oh, he's going to find Arteezy here. I don't think they can kill him. They do a finger, maybe with the finger. Even then, it's really tough. They need a +1. And they're bringing him in now. Black's blinking forward. This could be huge. Chen,
Lion?
They're coming into position, though. All of Secret are looking to back up Arteezy. I don't think they want to commit on this, and they will wisely back off. It might be too late. Blink call missing. Can they run down Fenrir, though? Track coming down to Zai. Dust now popped. In comes Super. Trying to turn this fight, focusing on Zai, keeping him off the team. Now the Blink. The silence comes out, but the counter sounds from Black, preventing that coil as the Blink away from Black. He'll barely survive. Then they finger down S4. Finger was stolen by Kuro. Can he turn this fight? Who's he going to focus it on? Nobody's low yet. He gets the zap on the Lycan, bringing him down. Now wall deployed, and a big quad ulti from Black, but he gets counter-dunked. Gotta finish these heroes off. They get another track kill, and now Arteezy chasing. They'll then drop a Sentry Ward. Great presence of mind by Kuro as they zap down FY's Bounty Hunter. Oh my, what a topsy-turvy fight. 3 for 2. I think they got at least 1, if not 2 track kills there, so I'd still say a win for Secret.
Literally every single Secret member was tracked. And he was really putting that 4-second cooldown of the new Bounty Hunter track to use. 200
gold win for Vici, but 800 experience for Secret. Very even.
Yeah. But Roshan is there, so Secret has a very, very good Roche lineup. So they'll add that to their kind of bountiful win from that Roche fight.
Wow, that's a late Vanguard. I guess he's going to be going for the completed Crimson Guard on this Darkseer.
Have you ever gone for the trifecta, like just
Crimson Guard, Pike, mech?
on the same hero? It's just like,
well, then
I don't do anything. But,
then you become public enemy #1.
But you're still very hard to bring down, though, right?
That's true. Yeah, we don't really see those 3 items very often. The mech pretty common, the other 2 not so much. But if you're running the type of draft where you have all 3, generally, if you want one hero to farm it, it just takes too long because you're trying to hit timings, right? You're trying to end the game pretty early usually. Well, Lumi, who do you favor here? This is really close.
I feel by the way that Vici's playing, I think Secret's playing much better, so I favor them. But who knows? Like, if Vici wins a fight, you know, not only are they getting the track go, let's not forget that Lycan can mow down buildings very quickly as well.
That's true. A Secret, end of the day, it's only Bristle who's a hard pusher. With the
you could count Chen as a decent.
Yeah, I do feel like Vici are very good at killing the Chen army, though. Level 2 Quap ulti, they've got the
double Iron
fan.
Shell. Wolves doing work.
The biggest thing with these Wolves at this point is just canceling the Blink Dagger. Zai,
look at that.
He just calls to try and kill off the Wolves. They're not even going to dust for the freaking Wolves. Oh my, that's a win.
Yep. So something that we saw in that previous jungle fight, not only did Bounty Hunter track all 5 heroes, which is perfect vision in a fight, you're also gaining a ton of movement speed, which I guess like the Axe Coaling Blade kind of counteracts, but it's just, again, a ton of small things that let you fight much better.
Did you say counteracts?
Well, I mean, you're hasted. You're okay.
I thought it was funny.
They're hasted.
I got you, buddy. I got you. I'm just giving you a hard time. You mentioned a key level. It's the level 2 ultimate for the Bounty Hunter, and they have it now. This could be big. If Secret overextend at all, level 2 track is where it gets really scary. Doubling the amount of gold you get for every single ally. Now, the Bounty Hunter's gold isn't so important.
Okay, I'm watching Arteezy play the Bristleback, and he's literally tread swapping on every Quill Spray, and then going back to strength. That's how hardcore he is.
Ice still only has the level 1 wall. This actually is not going to be that easy to defend.
How do they defend? How does Vici defend against the push?
They're not split pushing that quickly. Black is trying bottom lane, but you can't afford to give up lane racks this early. Come back to the fold, though. The Chen creeps in position as Black will TP in. They look to go now. The Blink Impale wildly off the mark. Now the counter call catches on 2. Dunk is a bit early. The wall gets dropped. Everybody from Secret crashes into that wall. And now the Wolves on to Kuroki in the backlines. But can they kill him off quickly? And if the mech keep him alive, Super will munch him down. Turning his attention to Puppey. He's got a back now. Arteezy still hanging on for dear life. He's damn tanky. Can they finally bring that Armadillo down? They will.
He's got Aegis.
But they have a Blink call now onto Super. They might need to do some buybacks here, Lumi. Oh, they cancel the Zai Blink. He ends up taking the Queen of Pain ulti to the face.
But it doesn't matter. They have breached the high ground.
Send back? Well, it's in time.
Yeah, they're going to get at least 1 Rax, right? Or they're going to go for it.
It's only a Bounty Hunter buyback. It's still a win here for Secret, for sure. But they do pop the Aegis, and they don't crack the base open. And, well, pretty big gold swing. They didn't get any track kills there, I don't think. 2,300 gold
I don't think Kuro was tracked. You know, that's one thing they need to do in these screens, right? If you're affected by track, they should put it there. The endgame scores screen.
Yeah, I missed some of the old Dota 1 gold stats. What were the other ones? I think you could see like Devour gold even, or
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I wish you could. Like for Midas, for Devour.
Sure.
That would be a nice additional feature.
If you're gonna add these graphs and
maybe not live in the game, but more so that you could see like afterwards at the end game screenshot.
We want it now. Live.
We're the ADD generation, you know.
Yes.
Want that instant gratification.
So last game in this position, Zai have gone for a 4-staff. I feel like this game you want to be able to stand more in the front line. Yeah, he's going to go for Shivas. Because last game is much more about dancing around. And this game, it's more about just taking the push.
Oh, he's actually going Abyssal. You mean Arteezy?
No, the Axe.
Oh, okay.
I was saying he got 4-staff last game, but this game it looks like he's going to go more front line with a plate mail.
Gotcha.
Which I think is ultimately the correct choice, yeah.
Yeah, the Vici Gaming have a decent mix of magic and physical damage, but it's an item that kind of peaks at this stage. Good to help keep your team alive against the Lycan. It allows you to soak up additional damage from him as the frontliner. I think Vici Gaming don't want to fight too much right now against the 5-man. End of the day, they're running a Bounty Hunter support, Lion support. These are heroes that excel in smaller scale clashes. Oh no, Fenrir, he'll be trapped out here. They managed to steal that Impale by Kuro, who now has a Blink Dagger, and they're going to hunt FY. Latching onto it with Arteezy. Do they have any detection? Looks like none on any of these heroes. Even Puppey doesn't have it. Super immediately ulting bottom. He just wants to split push these lanes as quickly as possible.
I wonder if they would say that, hey man, his ult's on cooldown. It's a fairly long cooldown ultimate, but can't really push off of this because Vici Gaming now taking the position that Secret took last game, just split pushing with like their life depend on it.
I feel the Secret late game is a bit weaker than well, the Vici Gaming late game is clearly stronger in theory, but Secret have that critical mass of items. Right? Yeah.
Look at Arteezy.
They're gonna just get in the base now. Racks are exposed. They'll start working on the range racks here. There is backdoor protection though. Just kind of checking. But bottom lane, the split push comes from Super. Can they crack through this base? They're gonna start.
Where's the backdoor region?
No backdoor protection. There's no creeps in the base here either.
Oh my god, Kuro blinking forward here. It's going to be a 3-man call. One dunk's going to come through. Ice in a lot of trouble. Has he used a mech? I'm not sure. Wall behind the racks. It's doing a lot of work. Puppey, though, getting blown up.
Never got off the hand of God. Could be trouble as Arteezy tries to retreat. Remember, he doesn't have the Aegis any longer, but the Axe comes in. Great counter initiation. Dunking another. Gets the triple kill. Zai. I think they may be too low to stick around, though. The tracks are out on everybody. Are there any buybacks for the Radiant squad? They have it on Lion and Lycan, and Lycan even has ulti, so maybe considers it, but against the Axe, it's just so hard for him to go in. And we are seeing that the Lycan pick, as much as they did fine in the laning stage, he really struggles to get anything done in these clashes against an Axe. You have a BKB, doesn't matter. Blink call, out of commission.
I think a large part of that is also the Bounty Hunter. Like, you don't actually do any damage, but looks like the nice 2-man Impale. They're going to focus on S4, but he's very tanky. Ern is trying to draining him down, looking for FY. Sonic Wave just for a single solo kill. Looks like they actually clipped Kuroki there as well. Arteezy trying to run away, being slowed down. Axe calling the Wolf Low, but they see S4 on the left side here. No track being really given down. Only one here on Zai. Blink 4 here by Fenrir, catching out Zai, but he's very, very tanky. Zai pops a BKB. Super is going to get spun down.
They're not done yet. Working on Zai. He'll get the blink forward. He focuses on Black Secret, just running over Vici Gaming in game 2. Can they get at least one track kill? They end the X mega kill. They get a track kill. So they might kill up Arteezy too. This is going to be a lot of gold if he ends up going down. He's being sent back, I believe, by the Chen. No, just retreating out for now. And Puppey, S4, now on the way out. S4 trying to retreat. He will kill Fenrir as he jumps back. FY still chasing, but he can't go into this Axe. Blinking, calling again, catches out Ice. He's going to get dunked as well. It's 4 more dead, and Vici Gaming just throw in the towel. A magnificent laning stage, but there was just nothing to back it up here in the mid game. And Zai, a cherry on top with that final dunk.
Yeah, I felt that mid game loose play, if you want to call that, from Vici Gaming really kind of just threw the game away. They executed extremely well in the early game. But you kind of have to follow through, because if you give the Chen the push timing, and Arteezy apparently playing a Queen of Pain style on the Bristleback, just ganking multiple lanes, that was too much.
They were not a particularly strong 5-man lineup, so I think that style was what they had to do, but it was Secret, just reacted appropriately, always had 3 to 4 heroes together. didn't give away free track kills. There was a few times where they would give a track kill for a hero kill, but even then, it wasn't like a clean win. It was like maybe they get 600, 700 gold advantage, but Vici Gaming were just not that strong at fighting 5-man Dota, and Secret just forced too many mistakes out of them.
I mean, there was one time where Ice walk up the mid ramp, nighttime, without any vision.
There were definitely some misplays, but a lot of them I feel were forced errors by Secret.
That was not a forced.
That one was definitely not.
That was some loose Ice. I'm not sure about that.
Loose. Well, FY, he's going to have to tighten them up for this deciding game number 3. And with that, we're going to get some more insight analysis from the panel. Bruno, what do you guys think?
Interesting. Well, that was a fast one compared to the other one. Again,
a little bit cheesy.
Yeah, I really like what Vici Gaming tried to do. I think there was no particular fault in the draft. The Bounty Hunter was really good against the Chen at the beginning of the game. It caused a lot of trouble. Unfortunately for them, they didn't find the answer they wanted on the Axe, on that Lycan. So Bristleback did whatever he wanted, and just that Lycan didn't have the impact that they expected. We were talking about how Vici Gaming had a better late game lineup if the things were going very late game, but Secret executed so well, don't you think?
They really handled the Lycan Wolves really well. Like that puppy play almost at the T2 tower with the Test of Faith on one, Persuasion on the other. Oh my god, that was incredible. And on top of that, like, Kiro was prepared. He had like TP scrolls. They had dusts on everyone almost to kill the wolves. So they saw the shenanigans coming and they dealt with it appropriately.
Yeah, it makes you wonder whether Vici Gaming put too much emphasis on using the wolves as scouting and roaming tools rather than farming for super. Because I feel like his net worth, he fell really far behind because those things didn't work. But then again, it's like, how many situations did they almost get the kill where Secret just managed to outmaneuver them, outplay them in the last second of a fight? They still managed to stay alive. I feel like that was more of an outplay than an outdraft. Secret just played extremely well.
If you think about it, 4 of the 5 heroes that Vici Gaming picked, they're heroes that they don't pick at all. I mean, Bounty Hunter was not a hero they pick, of course. Darkseer the same. Queen of Pain on Black, not his cup of tea. He can play it, but it's not one of his common heroes. And we talked about how Lycan was never picked at all in this patch for Vici Gaming. What was the 5th hero? What hero am I forgetting? Lion. Well, yeah, Lion is their good hero. And actually, they're now 1-7 with Lion.
7-1.
7-1, yeah. Wow. It's so bad they lost 7 games in one game. But yeah, it was very good from Secret. Winter, what do you think the keys were for Secret?
I think back to the point where Sin mentioned as well. I remember there was a game. It was just a classic example to what he said. He mentioned that they were using the wolves a lot because they wanted to use the Iron. The idea was there. They prioritized a lot on using the Iron Shell and the wolves, resulting in the Lycan not actually getting the farm he needed. It was a very similar case where I actually watched one game Navi played. They had Pudge. I can't remember the other guy. They picked Pudge and they were relying on. They had a hero that set up the hook all the time, and as a result of that, you don't see Dundee do that a lot. Like Dundee usually, when he plays Pudge, he just keeps hooking and trying, and he gets a lot of hook. But in that game, he was always waiting. I can't remember the hero that was supposed to set up a hook. They had a very easy setup, and he was just playing like, oh, I'm gonna wait for the guy to do his thing, and then I hook. So as a result of him playing like that, the Pudge he played that game was not effective because he had to alter his playstyle to fit the draft. And it's the same like what he mentioned, this game where they had the Iron Shell on the wolves, and they were focusing a lot on it and resulting in more damage done than they're actually killing. I don't think they actually killed Kuro even once with the wolves, even though they came close.
They came closer, yeah, they didn't. Guys, we're gonna have to go into a break. The stream is going to go offline, but don't panic. Take your towels. It's going to be fine. We're gonna come back in about 2-3 minutes because we have to change the delay. So far, the games were played with no delay. Now the games are being played on Dota TV with 2-minute delay. So we have to fix that in order to make sure that nothing weird happens. I'm pretty sure that the players cannot stream snipe from the venue, but hey, you never know, right? So we have to shut it down right now. The stream is going to be offline. We will come back in 2 minutes with a 2-minute delay, and we will have a game 3 of Vici Gaming versus Secret. Who's gonna win that? I don't know. Do you know?
Nobody knows.
You're wrong.
See you in a bit.
Cut.